Steph Curry's Game 2 of the 2019 Finals looks pedestrian on paper. He finished with 23 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, on just 6 of 17 shooting, and years from now, or maybe days, it will be cited as a playoff failure by critics. But rarely will you ever see a player influence an offense more than Curry did in Game 2 of the Finals. Some of this comes from his classic shot creation. Here, Curry pulls defenders toward him off the catch, leaving Green wide open. This is also not great defense, as Kawhi's sort of in no man's land, and Marc Gasol doesn't realize how open this is. But in Game 2, it was really Curry as a screener that was so devastating. Normally, we think of screen assists as smashing defenders guarding the ball. But Curry's screens freeze defenses in their tracks because they don't want to leave him unguarded. Even something as simple as a little flare screen here is deadly with Steph screening for his splash brother Klay. Van Fleet's reluctance to leave him in a split second is all Thompson needs to shoot over a smaller defender like this. After a timeout in the third quarter, Golden State dusted off Cyclone, an old Steve Kerr favorite that punishes teams for gluing to Curry at the three-point line. This play unlocks the element of surprise, as Curry cuts so hard that defenders like Danny Green are worried about chasing him, not switching the screen. Later in the third, it's a more subtle pick that takes advantage of Steph's attention. Just a little brush redirects Siakam, but Van Fleet is so preoccupied with recovering to Curry that he lets Draymond go and screens his own man in the process. This breaks down the defense for what ends up being a wide-open triple. And here's one more in the fourth with Curry as the screener, springing Livingston for a layup. Danny Green's so preoccupied with Steph he doesn't even know Livingston's on the court, and this is where it helps to have a second high-post passer like Cousins to capitalize on Curry's gravity. For a reminder of why teams chase him like this, it's because even the slightest airspace can lead to video game shots that are higher percentage than most players when they're wide open. Curry's movement is constant and frees up shots for teammates. Here, this cut forces a help reaction, and Steph delivers a beautiful pass that forces a layup foul. Here's a similar play in the third where Curry curls, both defenders go to him, and he delivers the perfect pass again for the dunk. Here's another gravity instance. This is a 4-on-3 for Golden State, but Kyle Lowry's first thought is, don't leave Steph Curry for 3. In normal basketball, he'd just go with Draymond here, but Curry rewrites defensive rules, and it's an easy bucket. And Steph created with the basketball as well in this game, breaking down the defense off of pick and roll and setting up an easy look for McKinney. Earlier in the game, it was this little popping action to open up an open 3 for Jerebko when 2 defenders stayed with Steph. The Raptors tried trapping him on the pick and roll, but this leads to a 4-on-3, and some beautiful ball movement results in a layup. When Curry gives up the ball, teams are worried about his legendary relocation, where he Jerry Rices himself around some defenders into an open corner look. And on this play, he treats Lowry like a traffic cone going right by him, and then vacuums in defenders. Lowry, Gasol, and even Kawhi Leonard move toward the corner, wary of Curry's relocation. And meanwhile, Green's basically uncovered, and Van Fleet can do nothing behind Bogut, and it's another easy score. Thus far, Curry's only been credited with 3 assists and 1 more that we didn't look at, but we've now seen 14 plays where he's warped the defense, and it's led to a good shot or a layup, and that's a massive number for a single game. So with 5 minutes left in the fourth and Klay Thompson injured in the locker room, Nick Nurse ran a box and 1 to try to slow down Steph. A box and 1 in the NBA Finals. If you aren't familiar with a box and 1, it's a 4-man zone with 1 player dedicated to a star full time. In this case, Van Fleet chased Curry around the court like it was recess, while other Raptors jumped to Steph if he entered their zone. First Kawhi, then Lowry there. Draymond misses an opportunity for a screen of death here, and Iggy misses an off-the-bounce 3, not his shot. Next time down, this little curl action tugged 2 defenders toward him, and while this led to another good look, it would have been a dunk if not for a heady rotation by Gasol. And even in a box and 1 with a player already dedicated to Steph, Kawhi Leonard still forgets about his responsibilities on Cousins just to jump on Curry. This time against the box and one, Boogie settles for a 3. Note that Van Fleet stays so close to Curry, he just barrels into him when Steph slows down. On the next box and one trip, 2 defenders again go to Curry, but Draymond passes on an open Cook this time, and it turns into a jump ball. Next time down, it's 2 on Curry again with the box and one, and despite some great rotations by Gasol and company, Cook still ends up with a clean foul line jumper that just fails to ice the game. Finally, after cutting it to 2, the Raptors trap Steph again. They don't foul Draymond. Look at Nick Nurse calling for it when he realizes Green has the ball. And Curry slithers out of this double team, hangs a pass that Livingston somehow got to before Leonard, and then Livingston no-looks it to Andre Iguodala for the game-clinching 3 in what will forever be remembered as the box and one game. You know, I've charted shot creation for hundreds of games, and opening this many opportunities for teammates is quite rare. And so, while Curry finished with only 23 points and 4 assists, he not only discombobulated the Raptors defense into trying a box and one in the first place, something I've never seen in an NBA playoff game, but he created enough shots for teammates that Golden State had a 116 offensive rating before Toronto's defensive shift. And that makes it a pretty darn impressive offensive game in my book. Thanks so much for watching. Latest episode of the Thinking Basketball podcast is with former Brooklyn Nets assistant coach Steve Jones Jr. We break down X's and O's between the Raptors and Warriors. If you want to support my content and help this channel, consider heading on over to patreon.com/thinkingbasketball. Links on the screen and in the description box below. Otherwise, hope you're all enjoying the finals and having a great day.